Good morning, friends. I'm coming to you today to discuss our recent trip to Destin, Florida. We were there last week on what we call the Great Mother's Day Adventure. Generally, it's the end of June before everybody can get their schedule together, but this was our 15th annual, and I wanted to discuss why we chose the Residence Inn Sandestin over staying at a condo or a for rent by owner, or another hotel chain or whatever. Whenever I was researching, I spent probably 3 or 4 weeks researching over where I thought would be the best place for us to stay, and I really thought a beach house or a beach condo, because that's what you hear from everybody, is they want to stay at a beach house or a beach condo, would be the best idea. So I looked, and then I really thought about it. I have 2 grown daughters. I was bringing 3 of my grandchildren with me. My son had to work, that's why his family couldn't come, but I thought, well, a beach house would be great. We need room to spread out. Being honest here, when you're several days with a whole large extended family, it gets kind of crowded all being shoved into one hotel room. So I looked and looked at the beach houses, and I even on several different apps and websites for that, and even messaged a few, and the prices varied from like $100 a night up to $800 or $900 a night for the different properties that we looked at. And even though the $800 a night places were fabulous, I mean, with pools and things at home, and just a really nice place to stay, 5-6 bedrooms so everybody could have their own room and things for the kids, I didn't want to spend all of our budget. I mean, we do this every year, and I just didn't want to spend all of our budget on the place to stay and not be able to enjoy some activities. And I've stayed at the Residence Inn all over the United States. So it's one of my favorite chains to stay at. I love Marriott to begin with. I'm a rewards member, so I always, say after 10 nights you get a free night or something like that. And so I thought, well, let me check that out. Well, I checked out their Residence Inn, and turns out they have 2-bedroom suites, which was awesome for us. That is what we ended up selecting. And I'm a AAA member, so I used my AAA discount and got the room for a very reasonable price. But what was the deal getter for me was we needed a kitchen. My youngest granddaughter has food allergies, so we do have to bring all of her food and prep her food. I love to be able to have a refrigerator. I drink special waters, drink special drinks, and I like to be able to cook my own food. Love to go to Whole Foods on vacations, and because I do own a health food store, I like to spy on what they may have that we don't have, which we did really good. It's a small Whole Foods there. But anyway, back to the room. They offer a full breakfast every morning. I've had that at many a Residence Inn or other Marriott properties over the years, but I'm like, well, that, when you're looking at 6 people, well, 5 of us eat. Jesslyn had to have her own. That's actually going to save us a lot of money, over $100 a morning. I mean, whenever you're taking that many people out to eat, you're looking at $100 a lick, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then snacks in between. So being honest about it there, that was part of the decision. But as most of the Residence Inn properties do, they have like an evening snack time and mingle time with other guests, and that was on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at this property, and we were staying Monday through, and then we're getting there Monday and leaving on Friday. So I'm like, well, that'll be a bonus for us. We got there too late for it on Monday, but on Tuesday we got up. We got there, we got into the room. There's a full kitchen. It was very nice, comfortable living room. They had a rollaway in there for us, extra pillows, extra towels, extra shampoos, because there were so many of us. There was the sofa made out into a queen size bed, I believe it was. So we had 2 king size beds, 2 separate bathrooms. It was fantastic. It was fantastic to be able to have one of my granddaughters, Jules, slept with me in one of the king rooms. My daughter Mandy slept on the sofa bed. My granddaughter Jesslyn slept on the rollaway, which we just took the mattress off of that and put it beside the king bed. My grandson Shelton slept with his mom in the other bedroom. There was never a fight for bathrooms. There was never, everybody had plenty of time to shower, plenty of room for the Whole Foods shopping, and for Jesslyn's foods and the drinks and the waters and things that we brought with us, and a dishwasher. I mean, and I got strawberries and things like that at Whole Foods, so we were able to wash the dishes that we used and all that, which was fabulous. But we went down, and I didn't expect much. The last time I had been to like the evening thing at the Residence Inn was the one in Houston near MD Anderson. When my mom was staying there before she passed away, she had cancer. She went to MD Anderson, and we used to stay at the Residence Inn there every other week for a couple of years. But anyways, they do treat you like family too. It was an awesome check-in process. Our room was on the first floor. It was easy to get to. It was quiet. It was clean. It wasn't a brand new property, but it was so clean. I mean, the halls were clean, the floors were clean, the area when you first come in was clean, the food area was clean, the room was spectacularly clean. And I'm kind of picky about those things. Of course, the covers were white. My husband thinks I'm a weirdo because that's a requirement for me. I'm not going to stay any place with the flowery bedspread. But anyway, so we got in, there was plenty of closet space, plenty of drawer space. We were all able to unpack, plenty of space for our toiletries, and everything we needed was there. But when we went down for the evening thing on Tuesday, we were so pleasantly surprised. It was grilled chicken patties, and they had like a sesame seed bun, lettuce and tomato and things like that. I eat low carb. I don't eat breads or grains, so I was able to have a grilled chicken patty that was probably the best grilled chicken patty that I've ever had. It was delicious. Don't tell anybody. I actually had two. But anyway, everybody else had the burger. They had the chicken patty on a bun. They had chips to go with it, and then they had sodas. They had waters. They had, I think it was Sierra Mist Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. They had two kinds of craft beer and a red and a white wine. And I'm trying to think if there was something else. Oh, Asian slaw, I think, was that night. They had an Asian coleslaw, which was delicious. And you're probably not supposed to, but the man that was in front of me actually had a quart-sized Ziploc bag and was filling it up with this slaw. So I'd say he had been there before. But as soon as it would get empty, they were filling it up. A new tray of chicken was consistently coming out there, and these were good sized chicken patties, you know, I'm putting my makeup on, thanks for sitting with that. Didn't realize it till I saw. But anyway, it was fantastic. We enjoyed it. We fixed our plates and went and sat out by the pool. The kids were swimming. They had a kid-sized pool, which was like a foot deep, almost the size of like the hot tub, but it was just the kiddie pool for my granddaughter Jessalyn. Loved that. And they had like a beach umbrella with a table and chairs around that, and a couple of lawn chairs. Then they had a pool. It wasn't a huge pool, but there weren't a lot of people in it, maybe 3 or 4. So we got in it each night, and it felt nice. It was good and clean. It wasn't brand new, but it was still very, very good and clean. It didn't smell all chemically or anything. Didn't burn our eyes or things like that. Then they had a hot tub, and we got in the hot tub as well, or part of us did. Mandy, my oldest daughter, has a little bit of back pain from the long trip, so it was really nice to be able to sit in the hot tub. And she actually had a beer, and she said it was very good for, you know, for something that she had never tasted before. She's 38 this year, so she's old enough for that if she wants to do that. But anyway, the rest of us really enjoyed that. The kids enjoyed swimming. They had little tables set up, like a little courtyard in between where I'm talking with my hands here. They had a little courtyard in between the area where you check in at and before you go to where the rooms are at. Part of it was covered with like a pergola thing, and with 2 or 3 nice sets of chairs out there. They had some barbecue grills. There were a couple of guys sitting out there grilling steaks that on Tuesday night. That smelled really good. But there were people very comfortably sipping on their glasses of wine and enjoying the time there. And then there were a couple of other families out at the pool, and the kids were really having a good time and made friends there. And then back to the room they went. I'm going to make a couple more videos about this trip. I took one on the beach, and just to show the beauty of the area, and then I took some snapshots. I'm going to try to make a slideshow out of them, and I have my travel bag that I carry with me with my paints and things. So I took example photos of horizon lines, so we'll go over that later. But I wanted to just say that we saved about probably $100 on dinner. I mean, even we went to Chick-fil-A a lot and things like that, but we were $100 to stop at the fast food joints. And so when you factor in breakfast and you factor in the evening, they call it a snack, but it was a meal. People were, I mean, unless you wanted a huge 3-course meal, you got a burger and a slaw and some chips and a beverage. It was a full meal. The Wednesday night they had chicken skewers, which were also fabulous, and they had some little crostinis, little tiny breads with chopped up broccoli and tomatoes, and I think it was cream cheese that was on it. Because I don't eat bread, I didn't eat the bread part, but my daughter Candy ate mine because she does love bread, and she said it was delicious. I ate the broccoli and tomatoes off the top, which were delicious. The chicken skewers were fabulous, and we really enjoyed that. So that was another big savings for us. So by the time I used my AAA discount, I got this room for a little over $300 a night, and take off $200 of that for the food that we ate there, and we're staying in a nice property with 2 separate bedrooms and 4 beds total with the rollaway and the sofa, a full kitchen, 2 separate bathrooms, all of our toiletries supplied, and then the full breakfast and the evening meal and the swimming pool and the good, service on the rooms and everything. That was awesome. And it was in the Sandestin area, which you drive all the way through Destin. We've never been there before. There was a tremendous amount of road construction going on and traffic and things like that. But everything was we went to Henderson State Park. That was like 5 miles away. And it was beautiful there too. I'll do a separate video on that. I did take a video while I was there on that. But right, the next exit beside ours, in fact, you didn't even have to get on the main road, I think it was 98, but goes into what's called Baytown Wharf, which I'm guessing is like a planned community. But inside there, the kids did not skydiving, what do you call it, zip lining, and they did it like an obstacle course where you are like way up in the air walking over ropes and things like that, and they had a good time. They had a trampoline thing where you are hooked into some type of belt thing that makes you go way in the air. My little granddaughter had a good time driving some little boats over the area. We didn't get to go to it because we were so occupied with doing other things. But they had like fireworks show on Wednesday night, which we actually saw from our motel room. Our room was like right behind the pool, but it was still quiet in there. But through our windows, we were actually able to watch the Baytown Wharf fireworks show, which was fabulous. And on Thursday night, and I think Wednesday night, Tuesday night they had the fireworks. Wednesday night they had like free bands. And Thursday night they had like a play, like a little theater group, and then they had face painting for kids and things like that. All of that's free. It's free to get in and all that, and you don't even have to get on the main road to get back to it. And if you pass up on the side road there, in the Sandestin area, which is like a planned community, a nice area of Destin, a resort type area. If you pass up the motel, it was like 1 block, and then you were in the Sandestin. I think it was Grand Boulevard is the name of it, of the shopping center there. And we did order in one, must have been Thursday night, because we got the free food on the other nights. But we did order in or go pick up pizza from, I'll review that in a different review or put it on TripAdvisor or something. But anyways, we got pizza from a fancy place there, and we were going to do the Aveda spa there, but they didn't have a massage therapist at the time, so we did go to a different spa across town, which I will review separately as well. But anyways, we could have walked there. So there were all kinds of really nice stores in that shopping area. The Baytown Wharf with the golf course, and we ate at a barbecue joint there. They had all kinds of eating places, snow cone places. Trying to think. They had a really cool carousel. My youngest granddaughter, Jessalyn, is 3. We rode that with her. Jewel rode it, Mandy rode it, I rode it. We had a really good time there. So all of that was, within 2 or 3 minutes of the Residence Inn. So I do highly recommend it. Had we been at a condo, we would have had to cook our own food. It would have been a lot more crowded. The pools would have been a lot more crowded. And while we would have had a beach view, potentially, we wouldn't have been able to go to the beach the whole time, or we would have burned to a crisp. It was beautiful outside, but you burn so easy. So the trade out of having the breakfast and having the meals on during the week there at the Residence Inn was something that we will do if anytime we go back, and we'll go back because we had such a great time in Destin. But we will stay at the Residence Inn again. They were friendly to me. I started getting emails probably a week ahead of time from the management there, welcoming us, telling us things to do, giving us a discount coupon for the Grand Boulevard Shopping Center, and welcoming us for our stay. You know, just really nice things that you usually don't get, that felt sincere ahead of time. And then we got, you know, a couple after we left asking, you know, our opinions on everything and how everything went, and I appreciated that. Their attention to detail is very good. When I was checking out, actually, it was hot, and we were trying to hurry up and get everything in the car and get out of there decently early, which was like 9:30 or so, because we did enjoy a last breakfast. But she offered me a cold bottle of water to, you know, to go as I checked out, and the whole process was easy to check in, easy to check out, and everything we could have needed while we were there, and left us a whole lot more money in our budget to spend doing things in Destin, and I don't think I would do it any other way. So it's 2 thumbs up for the Residence Inn Sandestin in Destin. We really enjoyed it. Thanks.